This is the Low Key Podcast. I do not own the rights to the music that's being played in future podcasts or past podcasts. This is the Low Key Podcast, episode 40, American Skin trailer review.
Well, officer.
Can I see your driver's license, registration, and insurance, please?
Of course. My license is right here, my wallet. That's all right, son. You remember the night in July?
Hands up! Hey! Wait! Put the phone down! Put that phone down!
Sorry,
It's a phone! It's a cell phone! It's just a cell phone!
You knew he was unarmed.
Get to the car and put your hands in the air! Officer, please, he's just a kid!
You pointed your gun at him.
Okay, get out of the car, son. Easy.
You pulled the trigger.
Put the phone away! Put the phone away!
The grand jury determined that no probable cause exists to file any charges against Officer Randall.
This is my son. This is my little boy. You took that from me.
What's going on? You are now tuned into the Low Key Podcast, episode 40, American Skin trailer review. I'm going to be getting into a new movie that's going to be coming out, which is directed and written by Nate Parker. And if you don't know who Nate Parker is the guy that directed Birth of a Nation. And Birth of a Nation was going to be considered for a lot of awards until a lot of allegations came up against Nate Parker, which was some old rape allegations, which he was cleared from, and he still proclaims his innocence. Now, as far as Birth of a Nation is a movie about the slave rebellion, and it's a movie about killing a bunch of white people, basically, a lot of white people. Slaves rebellion, and they coming up against white people, and they overthrowing white people. So a lot of controversy was going on around that time as far as why this was coming out, so as far as his old allegations and the fact that he had been cleared from this and he was proclaiming his innocence. And you could have seen what was going on as far as a movie about slaves rebelling against white people. So for me, honestly, I haven't even seen Birth of a Nation. I just got tired of watching slave movies. I had just came off watching 12 Years a Slave. If you have seen 12 Years a Slave, you understand. I was just done with it, man. And even with this new movie, which American Skin, I want to give information about the movie. Like I said, this movie is directed by Nate Parker and written by Nate Parker. And this movie, American Skin, is produced by Spike Lee also. This movie is about a white police officer killing a black teen during a traffic stop and the subsequent attempt by the boy's father to exact revenge. So Nate Parker is playing the father of the child that has been shot by the officer. And this is not spoiler anything. Like I said, this movie ain't even came out yet. So this is in the trailer. So this is the information that the movie is about. And basically have a father that's saying, okay, I'm going to take matters into my own hands. And we've had our fair share of revenge movies, but when I watched this trailer, I'm telling you, it was a different vibe. And not only that, I felt this trailer. You already know how it is when you've like, okay, man, I've seen all the slave movies. You know what I'm saying? And then we have the cop movies or cop shows where you see the cop shooting an unarmed black teen or black person. We just had Queen and Slim. We had a TV show with Sanaa Lathan. I can't remember the name of the show, but it was a show about unarmed teen getting shot. We've even had the BET shit with Irv Gotti doing a thing where, you know, black people were the officers and white people were us instead. You know, it was showing instead of black people being the victim, it was us being on the other end and white people being on the other end. And it was showing how it would look from different sides as far as white people going through what black people going through and what black people do if they were on the white side of as far as being head of law enforcement, being head of a lot of stuff. Because, you know, a lot of power goes through a lot of different angles as far as how police are ran and how the government is ran. And you know that part. But as far as this movie goes, I want to do a trailer review on American Skin by Nate Parker because, like I said, I was one of those people who just got tired of watching certain movies about black people being killed or being just mistreated and all of that. Like, we coming off of Black Panther. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace, Chadwick Boseman. But we coming off movies like a Black Panther. We coming off shows like a Watchmen, where you have a strong black lead female and other strong black characters in this show. So, and it's telling a real story. And if you haven't watched Watchmen, I'm telling you, the TV show, you need to check out Watchmen. I'm going to do something on that as far as the podcast. But right now we're talking about American Skin. And this movie is coming out around the time where you had the Black Lives Matter riots going on. And one of the reasons I want to even do a review on this trailer today, because we have something going on today where you have Trump supporters coming in and taking over the Congress in DC. Like, if that's black people, can you imagine what would have been happening to these black people if we are protesting and trying to overtake a government vote and what they're trying to do? Like, it would be an all-out massacre. And I'm not saying I want to see a bunch of people dead or shot up, but I'm just saying what would happen to black people, us, if we tried anything like that. And you've seen this. You've seen the whole Black Lives Matter protests and all things that's been going on. And you've seen how people have come out as far as the government, have they armed up, and the precautions they have taken when they've seen these Black Lives Matter protests. And most of the time, Black Lives Matter protests are peaceful. You've had a lot of moments where you've had people coming out on their yard. You seen the white couple that came out on their yard where they had guns pointing at protesters as far as the Black Lives Matters movement. You had all these people that's pretty much, it's a lot of Trump supporters. And I'm not talking about all Trump supporters, because there's a lot of just people who have their own opinion. And I have no issue with people who have their own opinion of who they want to vote for. Everybody does not have to have the same agreement of who they want to vote for. People have their own reasons for what they want to do. But you have the extremists. And these are the people that's running in Congress and trying to stop this vote from going on. You know what I'm saying? As far as bringing in Biden and even overtaking the Senate. But I ain't got all the information on that. But it's just crazy seeing all this. And that's one of the reasons why I wanted to get into American Skin. I'm not trying to get off subject as far as the trailer review, but this is a powerful subject as far as this movie goes and this trailer, because it has a lot to do with what's going on all throughout 2020 with George Floyd and Breonna Taylor and all those other situations with police brutality and the Black Lives Matter riots, not even riots, but protests. So that has a lot to do with what's going on with this movie. And when you, if you watch this trailer, which I suggest you watch this trailer, it tells a lot. And I want to give another shout out to Omar Hendrick. That's the guy that played Ghost. He's also in the movie. This movie, like I said, it's just putting you in the seat of being a father, a mother, anybody who has lost a child, and it don't matter how old they are. Like I said, George Floyd, it didn't matter how old he was. Breonna Taylor, it didn't matter how old she was. That was still somebody's child. That was still somebody's father, mother. So when you see those situations, it's like, damn. Do you take a certain precaution to say enough is enough? And to me, 2020 was a year about saying enough is enough. And you've seen all of these people taking a stand. You've seen a lot of these, not only black people, but people who just cared about other people as far as black people. Because there was a lot of white people who are also standing with us, who was also standing up for the Black Lives Matter. So this was just a movement for people, period. Because just watching the news every day and just seeing cop after cop killing a black person, not just a black male, but females too. This shit was crazy. You were seeing this literally every day, not just on the news. You getting up on your phone and you seeing a black person being killed by a cop. So American Skin and him doing what he's doing, because you see this guy, I mean, you could tell he planned this out when this situation happened. And you're seeing Nate Parker's character being this father extract his revenge by going in and taking over a whole police station. And he has a movement going on. He has people with him, because I'm looking at this, I'm like, okay, he must have a lot of people helping him, because you got all these police coming around. I I heard somebody say something about like, yeah, this reminds me of John Q. No, this ain't no John Q. Stop. This is not John Q. John Q was basically about being financially fucked up and not being able to have a certain means to help a situation. Like that could have been a black person or a white person, a Mexican person, Chinese, it don't matter. With this movie, American Skin, this is particularly about how black people are mistreated in America by police officers. Not only police officers, by the government, by the legal situations, by the court system. This is what this movie is about, man. And you can see it in this trailer. And that's why I'm saying, even if you're tired of watching certain situations where black people are being shot and killed by police officers, this trailer is like, yo, this shit, like, I gotta watch this. I still gotta see this, because what he's doing is like, yo, I want to see some, like, I ain't saying I want to see somebody try this, because you don't want to see no more of our people getting hurt or no more of our people being just gunned down. Because, like I said, watching this trailer and just seeing the whole process of what he's going through and that pain, that's the thing. You haven't even seen this movie yet, but when you watch this trailer for American Skin and you see this cop shoot this man's child, and you are sitting there thinking to yourself, what if that's me? What if that's my son? What if that's my daughter? What am I going to do? How am I going to react? And we get in a movie that's showing you a father. And not only him, but I'm guessing they're going to have multiple people that's had these situations happen to them. And you building a rebellion. And you can almost say he's basically doing what he did with Birth of a Nation. But it's in modern time. But it's still some of them same things going on by black people just getting killed for absolutely no reason. Instead of it being slave owners, now it's police officers. And that's what this trailer does for me. It makes me say, I gotta watch this. I gotta see this, man. Because me getting more information on it and saying this movie came out, and I don't know if I've said this already, and if I have, I'm sorry for repeating myself, but this movie came out in 2019 as far as coming to an audience. If you know anything about film festivals, movies will premiere at film festivals sometimes, and sometimes these certain movies won't come out for a long time, and they have already been premiered at a film festival. But as far as this certain movie go, this movie was premiered at a film festival in 2019. But if you know it, with all the virus and everything that's been going on with C-19 and everything, so you know this probably wasn't gonna come out like that. Like a lot of big blockbuster movies haven't been able to come out in 2020. But as far as I know, this American Skin is supposed to be coming out in January. And if I'm not sure if I've said this already, I'm not sure if this is going to come out in theaters or on demand. It possibly can do both. But either way, I'm going to check it out. For real. Because like I said, I looked at the description for this before I watched the trailer. I'm like, oh, here we go. Then I watched it. I'm like, yo, this shit gets you pumped. And another thing I want to say is, I'm not going to say it's weird, but that's what I first said about me seeing this trailer. Like I said, this movie had people talking about it like a year ago. Now, a year ago, 2019 going into 2020. Now we in 2021. So this movie has been having that noise or whatnot. But like I said, I hadn't heard nothing about it. So my thing is now, is it like they're trying to, you know what I'm saying, push this movie to the side because of what's going on in it, as far as you have these black people taking over this police station and basically overtaking a certain amount of the government. So are they trying to, you know what I'm saying, push this movie to the side? And even if they are trying to do that, how many black celebrities are going to support this movie? I would love to see that, and I would love to see, are they going to give that same justification, or are they going to get that same support for this movie? Because you know how Hollywood is. You start showing attention to something that Hollywood feels like shouldn't get that attention, You could be exiled from Hollywood. You might stop getting certain movie roles. You might stop being the guy. You know what I'm saying? Think about it. For instance, what if Kevin Hart said, I'm going to support this movie? How would Hollywood react to him? He already had controversy going on with old tweets. You know what I'm saying? And you see how they do certain things like that. So I would love to see, what if a white person came out and supported this movie? A white celebrity came out and supported this movie and tried to push this movie to be bigger than it's going to be. That'd be crazy. But this film is going to, like I said, put you in I feel like we're just watching the trailer, is going to put you in the seat of being the person that has lost a child or lost somebody to police brutality. And that's why I feel like this trailer is such an important trailer, because I gotta be honest, I don't feel like we have gotten something like this, because Queen and Slim, they was basically on the run. I mean, and I'm sitting just trying to think now, like, have we had a movie like this where you had a rebellion of black people that just got enough is enough and took over a police station, you know what I'm saying, and try to do some shit like that? Like, we've had movies with criminals. Like I said, people was trying to compare this to John Q and That's Not This or whatnot, but seeing a movie like this and seeing this trailer like this, I feel like, nah, we ain't got nothing like this yet. So seeing what Nate Parker is doing, I feel like it's almost a fight against everything that's going on in Hollywood, because you see it's a lot of changes going on in Hollywood. You see a lot of black faces that start to be in the front center. A lot of black movies that's being in the front and center. So you watch a person like Nate Parker that's coming off the controversy with his situation and what he did with Birth of a Nation. It's like, okay, you gonna try to do this again with a movie like this? Yeah. So that's why I feel like it should get their support, because you have a guy who was pretty much was blackballed out of Hollywood from directing or even acting in movies, and him coming back and getting support from fellow Hollywood people. And I would like to see them people come public too with that support. But like I said, if they're doing with like financial things and helping him do things with this movie, because if I'm not mistaken, he independently financially did this movie. So that says a lot too. So you see that part right there. So he probably not going to get that big level Hollywood support, like that big push. For instance, like a movie like a Django Unchained or something like that, he's not going to get that type of push. So, but I would love to see that push from a lot of Hollywood celebrities and a lot of Hollywood input or whatnot. But if you have not seen the trailer for American Skin, you definitely need to check it out. This movie, I feel like, is going to be, I ain't going to say it's going to be one of those movies left in history, but for the time we are in and everything that's been going on since I can say early 2020, this is going to leave an impact on a lot of people. And if you're somebody that has lost a George Floyd or have lost a Breonna Taylor, it's going to hit you even more, and you probably won't even want to watch this, because I understand it too. Everything that's going on, and you got to wake up and see the situations going on TV, internet, everything, etc. every day, and it's like, why would I want to even tune into something like this? So I understand that too, but just seeing the whole element of black people taking over a situation and standing up for what they believe in, that's the strong angle for me with the movie and the trailer. As far as the trailer goes, it makes me excited as far as seeing it and supporting it. So like I said, I hope my case get out as far as supporting Nate Parker's American Skin, just trying to check the trailer out, because like I said, I feel like if you watch this trailer, that's the selling point right there, and it's going to make you want to go see it, whether it's in theaters or on demand. But I feel like a movie like this, and with everything going on, I feel like it's definitely going to come out on demand. I do think it's going to come in theaters too, but I think they're definitely going to do a situation where this is in theaters and demand. But like I said, Spike Lee is producing it too. And Spike Lee just came out with The Five Bloods. That shit is good. If you ain't seen The Five Bloods, check out The Five Bloods on Netflix. But I might, just watching this trailer, I might have to go back and watch A Birth of a Nation. You know what I'm saying? I might have to go check it out. Not saying I want to watch a slave movie, but man, Just seeing the whole rebellion and the revenge thing, because I'm a huge fan of revenge movies. But like I said, I know this ain't no normal revenge movie. It's trying to teach a lesson and just showing what black people are going through and the frustration black people are going through as far as losing people to senseless violence, especially police. Like, we already have situations as far as black people killing black people, you know, with everything that's going on, with gang violence and all these other situations. So just to have police doing what they're doing and adding on to the fuel to the fire is just crazy, and we don't need it. So watching the trailer like American Skin, I feel like is not only a wake-up call, but it's something that needs to be done. It needs this, because you could just be feeling some type of way one day with everything that's going on in the country, and you like, let me pop this in right quick and just give me that breath of fresh air. But I don't know. I can't say that because I ain't seen the movie yet, so I don't know, because this shit can make you mad up, or it can piss you off even more. So for all I know, so I ain't gonna say that either, but it's definitely a movie I feel like that needs to be checked out. Just like a movie like 12 Years a Slave or whatnot. So I feel like it definitely needs to be checked out. But I appreciate you checking me out. This was the Low Key Podcast, episode 40, American Skin trailer review. We out.
You took that from me. The world took that from me. Today we make that right. Hear me when I say this, because I'm only going to say it once. Don't stop filming.
Maybe you just give up now.
Why are we the only people in this country that are expected to do things without violence?